Coming to you from deep inside the bowels of a great big empty. Get ready for another episode of The Home Defense Show with Skip Coryell.
And that was Golden Glenn, the official announcer of the Home Defense Show, and I'm your host, Skip Coryell, author of 22 books, Marine Corps veteran, founder of the Second Amendment March, proud father of 7, grandfather to 20 and counting, and as a special bonus, I'm also madly in love with my own wife. My priorities in life are God, family, and country, in that order, and I hereby promise to never compromise in my convictions. I may go broke, but I'll never go woke. And joining me today is my faithful co-host, my adoring, loving wife, Sara.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yes,
Again.
welcome to the Home Defense Show, and, ho, 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 jingle bells,
Episode.
a Christmas episode, that's right.
You have a little Christmas candy cane that I crocheted about a decade
Yeah.
ago.
I don't remember putting that there.
I think our daughter did.
Okay. Well, I'm 68 years old and I'm still excited about Christmas.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. It's primarily because I have a family. If I was like all by myself, I'd probably be Ebenezer Scrooge.
I think so. I think you'd find somebody else to give things to.
You think I would?
You've always been. I think you would.
Well, tell me about...
Me, I don't know. I'd like to think I would, but I don't know.
Talk to people about Christmas at the Coryell house, leading up to it and Christmas Day, all of that.
Well,
Because they don't know.
it's really, I feel like at the beginning, Amethyst drives it. She wants to decorate, she wants to bring in a tree, and she wants to make presents for everybody, and she makes a list. She just gets so excited about it. And I kind of watch her from the back going, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. I don't have a budget yet. I don't have time. We're trying for school. We're doing all this stuff. But eventually the calendar catches up with her, and she's right. So
She's incredibly patient about it, though.
she is so sweet. It's like she just understands all. Yeah, she's very good about it.
I mean, we just put the tree up yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm. And she was just happy. She was happy that it happened.
And I felt so bad about it because I get so busy with work and life and everything. But it's important to her.
Yeah, you and her went off in the
We went out in the woods.
Yeah.
And I don't think you understand that because why it's important to me. When I was a kid, every year, my parents wouldn't buy a Christmas tree because we couldn't afford a Christmas tree. So we would take off out into the woods looking for a Christmas tree.
You were surrounded by woods.
We were surrounded. Yeah, we didn't necessarily own the woods.
Oh, I see.
But we would go out looking for a Christmas tree. And I remember, man, sometimes we'd have to walk for a long, long way to find a tree that was decent. Yeah. And then, cut it down and drag it back. And it was always a big deal when we set up the tree. We didn't call it trimming the tree. We'd set it up, and it was the whole family would do it together. It was a really big deal. Mm-hmm. It really was.
So for us, the hauling the tree out of the woods wasn't because we bought them off. I remember going to tree lots and, in the rain in Newport, picking a tree out of the...
In the rain. See, that's just not right.
But there was lots of trees and they were beautiful.
Well,
yeah. But then somehow, I guess we had allergies or something. So we switched to like one of those fake trees. So then, but really, so for us, like the getting the tree wasn't the point. But my mom had like these like boxes full of, she would buy everybody a new ornament every year so that you had kind of an ornament that memorialized what she thought was important out of your year. So then decorating the tree was a huge deal. We didn't call it trimming either. We just called it decorating. But it was, there was food involved and then this big, long, a story over each ornament as we put it on the tree kind of deal.
Yeah.
It was very pomp and circumstance.
Well,
we did not do that this year here at this house.
Well, it's good that we have Amethyst to push us.
I like what we did. It was very light and fun, and people could be involved in little bits here and there.
She made the decoration. She cut out paper snowflakes. They were quite elaborate, and they look nice.
She's 14.
We have a really good looking tree this year.
good with our hands.
It's what, about 4.5 feet tall,
Yeah,
something
it's kinda
like
cute.
that.
But it was
And we
approved, so it was-
planted this tree ourselves, folks. We went out and we planted,
like
I don't know, 50, 60 spruce trees.
years ago, and now they're all just the right size for Christmas trees.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we probably should do it every year so that there's a
Yes,
different crop,
we're
or at least
yeah.
every couple
This
years.
year I want to plant white pine because then they grow faster.
Are their needles better? These needles are
Well, I want to be able to use the needles for pine needle tea, and you can't do that with spruce
why?
needles because they don't taste good.
Oh, you tried it?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
so
you
funny.
don't want to try it. But anyways, let's get past
I think
that.
I want to try it just to see if 'cause I like more bitter things than you do. Might like
Sarah, what's on the show
it.
today?
Well, today we're talking with Sheriff Dar Leaf about what's causing the proliferation of mass shootings in America.
Very, very Christmassy. Very Christmassy.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Then in segment 3, we'll be talking to self-defense instructor Vann Winn from Georgia in the shootingclasses.com self-defense report.
Yeah, I like Van. He's got that Georgia accent, and he worked for 30 years in the DEA. Great guy.
Good stories,
Um,
probably.
but before we get into that,
All right.
first let's talk about our sponsors here.
Oh, yes. We thank our
United
patrons.
States Concealed Carry Association, shootingclasses.com, Center Shot Indoor Gun Range, Trinity Training and Security, and Apple Tree Media. All right. Instead of the news, this is our Christmas special. So I wanted to do something, and I haven't showed this to you yet,
Okay.
but you know how every Christmas I want to watch a Christmas movie every single night during the month of December. And I rarely get to do that because of work and life and all that stuff. But this is what artificial intelligence thinks
No.
is
Yeah.
the top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Okay.
Computer.
Yeah, this is what the computer says. All right. And we'll start with number 1. Well, hold on. Maybe we should start with number 10 and go in reverse.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, this just tells me that artificial intelligence is not really all that intelligent because they said the number 10 Christmas movie of all times is Die Hard.
It was on the list.
It's number 10, John McClane battles terrorists at a Christmas party. And that's absurd because that should
Shouldn't
be
on the list.
that should be 1 or 2.
I think we just explained it. Carry on.
No, it should be like the number 1 or the number 2 Christmas movie of all times.
Okay.
You agree, right?
No, never.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I mean, we're the Nakatomi building. This is good stuff.
She left her family.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't say, you know,
She treated him like
Mrs. McLean was a
he's
good person.
her,
I know.
and he kills a bunch of people,
Yeah.
and they still end up divorced. I mean, like I watched the sequels.
Well, yeah. And we should watch them
It's
again and again and
really
again
sad
too.
story.
Yeah. Well, it's not Christmas yet, but I'm saving Die Hard for like right before Christmas to put me in the mood.
Okay.
It's exciting and it's good stuff. But anyways, I would have put that one at number 2.
Number 2.
I would have put it at number 2. Number 9 is The Polar Express,
Oh,
about a magical train ride to the North Pole. I think
cute.
I've seen that, haven't I?
Seen it once. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that we own it. I'm not sure where we saw it, but I remember
We
thinking
saw
was
it.
beautiful and sweet.
Yeah, it didn't leave a lasting impression with me, but number 8 is Miracle on 34th Street. That's from 1947, black and white. A department store Santa claims to be the real deal. Did you ever see it?
I don't know this one.
Okay, folks, you heard it. She's never watched A Miracle on 34th Street, so I will watch it with you.
Unless it's one of those ones that I watched a really long time ago and just don't remember, because
Well, you'll find out
that can happen. but
because
I don't remember it.
we'll stream it on Amazon, okay? And then, this is one of my favorites. Number 7 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Griswolds Disastrous Holiday Season. That's that Chevy Chase one.
I think that you might like it because of the whole Christmas tree scene at the beginning.
I do like it.
And
Yeah.
you would really resonate with that based on your
Well, and
before.
he's just wild and crazy.
He is pretty crazy.
I like the snow coaster scene and his country hick relatives that show up in
They are
the
very
RV.
funny. Yeah.
I, I love that. Was it Randy Quaid? Yeah, yeah, that was good. I love that one too. And then at number 6, I think you'll like this
All
one.
right.
It's called Elf. A human raised as an elf travels to New York to find his father.
I love that
I know
one.
you love that one. What's that guy's name? Farrell?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't know. It's this has got a lot of innocent cute to it that
It's cute, but I don't like him. I mean, not him as a person, but as that character. It's like you have no right to invade this man's life. And he just acts so stupid. But it's funny and the kids like it, so
it's yeah, I don't know. There's things about it that are just really fun and endearing, and there's also things that are kind of like, yeah, I mean, you're right. He's a
yeah.
grown man acting like a child, and that's kind of annoying.
Well, but I like number 5,
But
A Charlie Brown Christmas.
yes, you do like that.
I love it. From 1965. I was what, 8 years old in
Mhm.
1965, and I think I have watched this every year of my life. And so
It's the only
since it
animated
came
show
out,
that I know that you like.
yeah,
'Cause you're usually
I
like, if it's
love it.
animated, you just don't go for it.
Oh, I love it. And it came out, um, and it plays every year,
Mhm.
but it's like it actually tells about the real meaning of Christmas. It's not elves, it's not Santa, it's not Rudolph.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the real
About
meaning
Christ.
of Christmas.
Christ is born.
And then number 4, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I wonder which one they mean. The Jim Carrey one or the old,
The
like,
classic animated special
animated?
or Jim Carrey's live action version.
Both.
The original one came out in 1966.
Okay.
That's the cartoon one.
Which is,
And that's
I
okay.
quite like them both, actually.
I do too. Jim Carrey, he does a
They
really
did a
good
great
job
job.
at being the Grinch.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. He like rides the line between like mean and funny, kind of all the same. And
And then A Christmas Story from 1983, Ralphie's Quest for a Red Ryder BB gun.
I'm sorry, I don't know that story either.
I have never seen that. I have never seen that. I'm a gun nut, and I have never seen that.
Well, all right. Sounds like we may have a
From
little.
1983. Okay,
AI gave us a to-do list. That's really
that's right.
disturbing.
We have to watch that one.
Because the AI said so.
A Christmas, no, because I say so. And then number 2,
Mhm.
Home Alone, the original one in
The first
1990.
one. Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, is that his name?
I'm sorry, I don't actually know his
You know,
name. I think he's the kid.
I do not like that kid. I mean, he's defending his home, but he's such a brat. He's just such a brat.
Yes, but he does get better.
Well, yeah,
He
a
learns to
little bit.
appreciate his family and be kinder to people, and yeah, he
I
gets better.
suppose I will give him a little bit of grace on that one, but he shouldn't be at number 2. Number
Okay.
2 at all. And number 1, give me a drum roll. Oh, I wanted you to do it with your with your voice.
That wasn't gonna.
Number 1 is It's a Wonderful Life from 1946. This was the first movie that Jimmy Stewart did after uh, he got out of the Army Air Corps
Oh,
in 1946 because he was in World War
he was
II.
in the Air Corps.
The Army Air Corps, he was on
He'll call for a pilot.
B-19 bombers. He was either a pilot or I think was a navigator or something like that, but he was an officer. And yeah, back then, celebrities, movie stars, they joined the military,
Okay.
and they went and they did their part. But
Good.
this is my number 1 Christmas movie of all times. I'll go ahead. I'm going to rank mine.
Okay.
Uh,
Off those 10, or are you gonna bring it up?
I'll do it off these 10. Number 1, It's a Wonderful Life,
Okay, so you agree.
and then number 2 is Die Hard.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Number 3 is A Charlie Brown Christmas. Number 4 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And there's one on here that one that's not on here that I really like, and that's Family Man with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I like that one too. Oh, and there's another one that's not on here called A Christmas Train. I absolutely love that. It's a Hallmark one.
Yeah, you like that one. You watch that
Yeah.
one. Kind of pull it up right off the bat when we're
So-
going to Christmas movies.
Yeah. Well, what's not on here that you would put on there?
I don't. Yeah. This isn't my main focus.
Come on, Grinch. What?
Well, it's not that. It's just that the movies aren't my main focus at Christmas, so I'm kind of rough. But
Well,
I agree. The Christmas without the It's a Wonderful Life, I would feel that there was something.
yeah. Did
missing.
you watch that when you were growing up or not?
Yeah, and my grandmother taught my father to do it, and my father.
Oh,
kinda
good.
Yeah, so yeah, it was actually that one did kind of get past me.
Excellent. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So anything not on here that you would?
And the Grinch, because I sort of knew about that, but
Okay.
um,
It's a good thing you married me, or else you would be like Christmas illiterate.
well,
Oh, Christmas movie illiterate.
Yeah, we did not watch many movies in general as growing up, so
Well, we're gonna make up for lost time.
we've been working on it for the last
That's
couple
right. Yeah, that's right. And we're gonna keep right on it going. All right. Well, Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to know that it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be in Christmas with you these past 21 years or so.
Thank you.
All right.
Likewise, you too.
All right.
Joy to share this journey.
Okay.
Trimmings, all the stuff.
That's right. All right. One last time. What's coming up?
Next, we're talking with Sheriff Dar Leaf about what's causing the proliferation of mass shootings in America. Then in segment 3, we'll be speaking with self-defense instructor Vann Winn from Georgia in the shootingclasses.com self-defense report.
Yeah, I mean, what other podcast, has a Christmas special with mass shootings?
Yeah,
Just us.
I think that's
Only
probably
us.
best, yeah.
All right. But we're going to leave you with something here. I want you to listen to this. I think you'll recognize it, but it tells you all about the true meaning of Christmas. In the meantime, God bless and stay safe, because we will be right back.
Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. The glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. Behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Firearms training should be easy. Instructors can focus on teaching and not worry about all the complex paperwork and management behind the scenes. Just pull the trigger and let us do the administrative work. Welcome to shootingclasses.com.
At Center Shot Gun Range, we are passionate about training. Don't know where to start? We offer a 1-hour new shooter seminar to introduce you to the world of firearms and help you find training opportunities specific to you. Concealed carry, home defense, firearm safety, AR-15, private one-on-one training, custom training, or maybe you're on a security team looking to protect your church or business. We even offer weekday morning and evening classes. Center Shot Gun Range has you covered. Start your journey at centershotgunrange.com.
Firearms training should be easy. Instructors can focus on teaching and not worry about all the complex paperwork and management behind the scenes. Just pull the trigger and let us do the administrative work. Welcome to shootingclasses.com.
Attention business owners. Are you leaving your website open to security issues and hacking due to a lack of maintenance or overseas outsourcing? Don't let that happen to your business. Choose experienced U.S.-based website developers that can customize your website to fit your specific needs. Appletree MediaWorks has been growing businesses online since 2009. With over 80 years of combined experience, their team conducts constant research and development to keep up with ever-changing online threats. Your website deserves the best protection available. Call Appletree MediaWorks today at 877-977-1364 to keep your website secure and grow your business online. Or visit appletree.media.
Avoid danger, save lives, and keep your loved ones safe. If this sounds good to you, you sound good to me. And I'd like to help you do those things. Avoid danger, save lives, and keep your loved ones safe. If you're looking for more excitement in your life, we have nothing to offer you. But if you are a thoughtful, responsible, nonviolent man or woman, we'd love to teach you what to do if something crazy happens. More importantly, we'd like to teach you what not to do. We currently have over 500,000 members. They are doctors and single moms and firemen and grandmothers and veterans and Democrats and Republicans and members of every faith. But the one thing they all have in common is that they know exactly what to do if something crazy happens. When you're with one of our members, you are safe. Our members know how to de-escalate situations. They know how to calm things down. We are the United States Concealed Carry Association. See what we're all about at usconcealedcarry.com.
Discover the little-known backstory of the U.S. Concealed Carry Association at usconcealedcarry.com.
In today's world, safety and preparedness are more important than ever. At Trinity Training and Security, we offer comprehensive training for your peace of mind. Whether you're obtaining your concealed pistol license, mastering CPR and first aid, or engaging in scenario-based training, we've got you covered. We look forward to working with you in one of our classes or bringing the class to your church, school, or business. Need security for an event? Protecting your assets? Our team provides private security, close protection, media crew escorts, high security terminations, and more. Always with discretion and professionalism. With Trinity, safety is more than a service. It's a commitment.
They say he eats crayons and his knuckles drag on the ground, but that's only half true. Welcome back to the Home Defense Show with Skip Coriel.
And that was the beautiful and sultry voice of Golden Glenn, the official announcer of the Home Defense Show. Folks, we live in a dangerous world, and I want you to be able to protect and defend the ones you love. And that's why I have this show. It's my way of empowering you to accomplish one of your primary jobs in life. You are a protector and a defender. All right, listeners, before we get too far into the show, don't forget to check out our sponsors, United States Concealed Carry Association, shootingclasses.com, Centershot Indoor Gun Range, and Appletree Media. Without our sponsors, this show wouldn't be on the air, so we thank you all. And now I'd like to welcome back a longtime friend of mine. He's Berry County Sheriff Dar Leaf. Dar, welcome back to the Home Defense Show.
Hey, welcome for the invite. Excuse me. Thank you for the invite.
Okay. Oh, well, hey, we have got, well, first, small talk. So what's going on with you?
What's going on with me? Well, I'm just waiting for some arrests and convictions at the federal level of all this garbage that's been going on for, gosh, a few decades now.
Well, you just left it wide open. It could be anywhere from extortion to conspiracy to voter fraud. I mean, you name it. There's been so much corruption going on.
All of the above.
All of the above. All right. Well,
I think the public's getting tired of it. They're growing wise to it now. More and more people are getting informed, and I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, a lot of information has been coming out, so that's good. But okay, today we're going to talk about gun violence. Man, can you believe how crazy it's been getting the last couple of weeks?
There's no such thing as gun violence. It's just violence.
It's people violence, isn't it?
It is violence, yes.
Well, that makes sense. But, you can't control people, but you can try to control guns anyways. But, I sent you this article. It says New Gun Violence Prevention Task Force report makes common sense recommendations to reduce gun violence, save lives in Michigan. What do you think of that title there?
Well, they use common sense, and it's a governor's task force. I'll drop the mic there.
Yes, that seems like a contradiction in terms, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, everything from the way she handled COVID to, I mean, we can just go on and on, the elections, all that stuff. Um, yeah, there's common sense in that office there. Just, I don't see it.
Yeah. Well, we've seen her common sense before, and it seems uncommon to me. If her common sense is common, then we're all in trouble. I mean, if everybody thinks that way. But well, let me read parts of this article here. It says the Michigan Gun Violence Prevention Task Force, which includes community partners, state departments, medical experts, law enforcement professionals, tribal representatives, and academic researchers.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
I was not invited as a law enforcement.
You, you
Okay.
were. I wonder why.
I was not.
I wonder why that is. Seems like you'd be the first person she'd call.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Well, they developed over the last year with input from wide range of advocates. The report focuses on the importance of implementing proven strategies to save lives. All right. I'm just going to, there's a bunch of bullet points here. Report recommendations include, and I'll handle them one at a time. And then I'll get your take on it. The first bullet point is require waiting periods for all firearm purchases. This allows for a cooling off period that can prevent impulsive acts of gun violence. They also allow for more time for a background check. States that require universal background checks are associated with 10% lower homicide rates. What do you think of that?
Well, I think, was it Professor John Lott disagrees with that. And I think he's got the most comprehensive study out there that I've ever read. And anytime he sends me one, I send it right on up the line to our representatives and senators. So I'm sure he didn't get invited to this. So I'm pretty sure this is a one-sided argument.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. It's waiting periods for cooling off. Uh, I just don't, I mean, other states have waiting periods, but those are pretty much the blue states. But I don't see their crime rates of violence any better than ours or other states that don't have waiting periods.
I've never seen it, so I'm going to kind of yield from there because I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But nonetheless, the waiting periods, how can I say it? We didn't have them back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and we didn't have these problems back then. They need to start looking and focusing on what's changed, what's making people more depressed, what's making people more angry, what's making people more violent.
Yeah. Yeah. I have my own opinions on that, and I'm sure before this segment's over, I will have shared it with you. But let's move on to the next one. Close the concealed pistol license loophole that allows an individual to purchase a firearm without a background check or permit. What do you, is that true?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. And even if it was, because I think the federal government cracked the whip on that because something to do with the marijuana. I'd have to look that one up. But where I was going with it is that there's really no loophole because when you get your concealed pistol license, if you get in trouble, we know.
Yeah.
You will lose your concealed pistol license. And there's a plethora of misdemeanors and, of course, the felonies and the high court misdemeanors, which those got to go. But there's a plethora of those things. I mean, it's ridiculous. That statement right there shows their ignorance.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you get your CPL, you're kind of in a special class of people because now you're being watched. You have something to lose at that point. And boy, I can't tell you how many times I've had former students, write me or call me and say, yeah, I lost my permit. And usually it has something to do with alcohol or ego. One of those two.
Wait, alcohol brings out the other.
Yes, it does. It certainly does. Oh, but so yeah, I don't think that's
not accurate.
That's not going to help. Not going to help at all. Oh, here it gets better.
I know.
Ban ghost guns. Ghost guns are untraceable firearms that don't have serial numbers. Banning these will prevent individuals who are prohibited from owning firearms from acquiring untraceable weapons. What do you think of that?
See, I've been at this job since about 1988, and I don't ever remember coming across a ghost gun.
It's because you didn't see it. It was invisible.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know what the cities are going through. I don't know. I'm a rural sheriff. We got about 63,000 people here in the county, and I've never come across one out there in our patrols.
Well, I don't know. Come on over to my house. Um, well, what do you define it as a ghost gun? I mean, it says it doesn't have a serial number, but I mean, even if you buy the parts to say an AR-15 and put it together yourself, I mean, there are serial numbers on some of those parts. I can't remember if it's on the upper or on the lower, but I remember I wanted an AR and I had just a bunch of parts. And so, I took it to a friend of mine who specialized in that. I just give him a box of parts and I said, can you make me a gun out of this thing? And, he did one better. He had a box of parts too, and he took the best of both boxes and he built me a really nice AR. And, it's a really nice gun.
You want to hold up a liquor store now, don't you?
Well, well, I should check to make sure it's still in the gun safe because according to what they're saying here is it's gonna jump up, run around, and start mugging people and
Well,
killing people.
that phrase "ghost guns" is to scare people and tell you how to think and how to feel about them, because that's what the communists do. You look at that whole thing as the big picture. They've been pushing this stuff for years, and we're turning into the mini California or the second California, however you want to look at it. California, I think her first term was right around 70%. Her funding came from California for her run for governor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're turning this mini California, and I think we just need to tell California, you got your own problems, and we don't need your problems, our Michigan problems.
Yeah, I say we get a giant chainsaw and cut around the boundaries and just send it adrift. I would not miss California at all. I mean, the neighboring states would probably, their real estate would skyrocket in value because now it's oceanfront, right?
Yeah, there you go. Didn't Bugs Bunny cut off Florida?
Yes, yeah, yes, I saw that one. Yeah. All right, and now another one: strengthen existing school safety legislation. This will protect our students and make sure students who are struggling can get the help they need without harming other people. How are they going to do that?
Ban social media.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh my. I can go on and on about that. I mean, one of the go-to guys for most of law enforcement globally is Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman, and they've got studies, and his studies have been ignored. Mm-hmm. You don't hear him touting his studies in the news. Well, we're after the news media too. Remember Columbine, and they're showing clips of that, and had that bloody kid crawling out of the window, and they showed that, put that right in front of everybody's dinner table, 6:00, and it was ridiculous. And now we got the video games and all this other stuff. So yeah, there's other things they should be focusing on, not these guns. It's violence in general. What's causing depression? Now they're looking into the vaccines that they give the kids today compared to when you and I were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Is that causing the depression and the autism and Asperger's, which is a kind of a high functioning autism? And is that doing that? Those are the things we really, really need to start focusing on.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's there's a vaccination for everything, except common sense gun laws. You can't vaccinate against that because they keep coming out with them. But here's another one. It says standardized training for school resource officers and promote a single school safety tip line statewide. What do you think of that one?
I thought we had one, wasn't it? What was that called? See something, say something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we already have that. So again, you got a group of people in there that are just, it's like they throw a bunch of stuff on the wall, see what's going to stick. And you know what this stuff is.
And it says support community violence intervention efforts. These programs are proven to break cycles of violence and address violence at the roots by supporting community members and making housing, mental health services, and food more accessible to those in need.
Just spoken like a good communist.
Okay. Well, I'm just reading it. I'm not saying it.
No.
I'm just reading it.
Well, you think about it, because we had to earn things. My first car I had to go buy.
Mm-hmm.
Now parents are buying their kids everything, buying their cars. Shoot, they're living in their basements and they're in their mid-20s. I was out at age 18, 19, somewhere on that ballpark.
Yeah.
Moved to Grand Rapids, rented a room for a while, then went to an apartment, and I made it.
Yeah, you did. I had to join the Marine Corps, but I was out by age 18. I mean, some of these men, I mean, they're like in their mid 40s. They're still living in their mom's basement, playing video games and living off their mom's Social Security check. That's disgusting.
That's going to run out eventually.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, this next one. Stronger safe storage policies. Educate the public on secure firearm storage and expand access to free locking devices. Storing firearms securely ensures children cannot easily access firearms, preventing unintentional shootings, suicides, and gun theft. I thought we did that last year.
There's nothing free, by the way.
Oh, yeah, someone pays for it. Actually, the taxpayer pays for all of this stuff.
Spoken like a true communist.
Yeah.
And you notice a lot of the buzzwords they use, like common sense and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what they do, is they again, they're telling people what to think and how to feel. We don't have that critical thinking anymore. And I should say the older generation does, but these younger ones don't. They're being told what to think, what to feel, and so on. The safe storage, I think they just passed a law on that a while ago.
Yeah. It was last year it went into effect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to skip down to this one here because this one sticks in my craw. Prohibit the possession of large capacity magazines. The more rounds a shooter can fire without reloading, the more people they can hurt. No civilian needs a large capacity magazine for personal safety or hunting. These are weapons of war and should be prohibited. What do you think of that?
Again, there's that telling you what to think. These are weapons of war. That's the catchphrase. Hillary Clinton used that back when she was in office with running the country with Bill. And sorry, had to throw that in there. But yeah, she threw that out way back then. And we have to understand, we are the militia.
Mm-hmm.
It is our duty to keep and bear arms. It is our duty to maintain and be proficient in them, and so on and so forth. That's what our duty is. And the communist regime will come in there and say, "Oh, we'll take care of you. We'll handle that for you." So you start looking at this progressive movement from the early 1900s. Was it 1902 they did the Dick Act? And they said, "Oh, we'll start this National Guard." So over the years, also the National Guard started calling themselves the militia. That's not true. They're the National Guard. They're another branch of the military. They cannot be the militia, because the militia belongs to the people, not to government. We don't teach this stuff to our kids anymore. The importance of us being that standing militia, that importance to us of being respectful and, being regularly armed, regularly trained, and regularly ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, this whole, you talked about terminology a few minutes ago. The term military style assault rifle. Okay. That just grinds my grits when I hear that. And they're naming the AR-15 as an assault rifle, a military style assault rifle. And I can tell you, Dar, I spent 6 years in the Marine Corps. They did not issue me an AR-15. Okay. They issued me an M16 on full auto. That's a military style assault rifle. No self-respecting, sovereign nation, issues AR-15s to its soldiers. It's just not the way it is. My AR-15, you press and hold the trigger, you get one round. It's not an assault rifle at all. Um, I'd like to have a
Well, the guy
machine gun, but
in Traverse City had an assault knife.
yeah, that's
And
right,
he
an
stabbed
assault
multiple
knife.
people. Yes.
Yeah, well, what's the magazine capacity on a knife?
Yeah, there is none. It's unlimited until you take the knife away,
Unlimited. Yeah, that's
or you hit him with
exactly
a
it.
chop cart,
Well,
And
don't
and who stopped him?
uh, good man with a gun.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, don't say that too loud because they'll start banning knives. I mean, they're doing that over in Europe now, right?
Yeah, Great Britain.
All right. Okay, that is
Well, we can add a little bit more to that too. When we started talking militias too, they've already taken away the juries and the grand juries. The county used to run those things. They've already taken those and said, "Oh no, we got it. We've turned our courts to more administrative, and we will handle the juries."
mhm.
And look what they're doing today. Or let me rephrase that. Look what they're not doing today with the juries. We've given all control over to the government. We haven't got to local control again. The townships have lost their control. Now we've got the state telling how these rural areas out there got to live, and it's insane. So I guess where I'm going with this is the militia had three functions. Obviously, for enemies foreign was your armed militia that has the firearm to protect the homeland. But there's also enemies domestic, and those are your two militia. I'm sorry, those are your two juries, your grand juries and your petit juries.
Mhm.
When we had control of those, we had control of our government.
And when we don't have control of our government.
And drop the mic now.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, we're about out of time, so I'm going to give you my summation.
Sure.
Then I'll give you the final word on what you think about all this, okay? My summary on all of this, you know, you talked about a lot of different things. You talked about, schooling your children. You talked about the government. You talked about communism, all of this stuff. And, I think violent crime, it has I don't think we have a gun problem. I think we have a morality problem, a mental illness problem, all kinds of things. I mean, we have a whole generation of children coming up, and I think for the past 2 or 3 generations, basically, what did we do back in like 1972? We took God out of school, and then we took him out of the public forum altogether, and then our criminal justice system broke down. So if someone can go out, commit murder, get away with it, or get a light sentence, then there's really no accountability here on earth. And if God doesn't exist, then there's no accountability for whatever you do, after you die, in the afterworld. So it kind of makes sense that if there's zero accountability for what you do, and we're just pond scum, that was evolved, then it's kind of a nihilistic, existential existence. There's no purpose, no meaning to life. That's why kids are depressed, because there's no meaning or purpose to life anymore. But it didn't used to be that way. And so people are turning to drugs, they're turning to narcissism. I mean, whatever it is they want to do, they just do it. And it's going to be that way until God comes back into the community forum and people fall down there on their knees and they repent and say, all right, there is right and wrong, and we need to start serving our community better. We need to start treating each other with dignity and love and respect. And it's not all about me. It's, you're only as valuable as how you can serve other people. So That's my soapbox. The soapbox is yours now, Dar.
Well, mine's more of the political end of it, because we got this World Wide Web.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think communists like in Russia and China are not screwing with our heads every day? It's happening. They're stirring the pot. They're doing what they can to poke and prod at us. You go look at these people get lonely and they get online and they get on these dating websites and they think they got this hot woman that's in love with them and wants to marry him. So they start sending money over there, not knowing that it's really some dude in some coffee shop.
Yes.
So this is all part of this big downfall and the morality of our country. That is right up there, the breakdown of the family. I remember when I was in high school and you wanted to date a girl, you had to face her father.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you got out of line and he took you out back and beat your ass, there's not a jury in the land that would convict him of anything. They would kick your ass too.
That's right.
So that big shift that we've got is killing us. But don't underestimate the foreign countries and the damage they're doing to us today. They're on that internet. I'll bet you China's got a branch of the military that does nothing but mess with our minds over here.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. China is not our friend. They're really not. China, Russia, Iran looks like they're falling apart more and more. I'm grateful for that. But man, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right, Dar. It's like a Trojan horse approach to defeating America. They don't have to defeat us militarily. They're not sure they can do that, and I don't think they can do it either. But if they can decay us from the inside out,
oh yeah,
they don't have to. Then we make ourselves irrelevant.
Yeah, they're pretty soon we have to drill them out and fill that cavity. It's like, yeah, you are correct. They know they can't take us on militarily, mano a mano, so they're going to go out and backdoor us every way they can, and that includes our elections and so on. So
yeah.
You control the elections, you can control a lot.
Yeah, well, so we need a cultural and social root canal.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, hey, Dar, good talk. A lot of good stuff. I know you're a busy man. Thank you very much for being on Home Defense Show today, and we'll certainly have you on again, okay?
Thank you for the invitation.
All right. All right, this is Skip Coryell on Home Defense Show. Coming up next, we'll be speaking with a self-defense instructor, Vann Winn, from the great state of Georgia, in the shootingclasses.com self-defense report. But during the break, I want you to log into rumble.com and search on the Home Defense Show. I posted a series of entertaining and educational videos there just for you. Check them out, and don't forget to like, share, and follow. God bless and stay safe, because we will be right back.
Firearms training should be easy. Instructors can focus on teaching and not worry about all the complex paperwork and management behind the scenes. Just pull the trigger and let us do the administrative work. Welcome to shootingclasses.com.
At Center Shot Gun Range, we are passionate about training. Don't know where to start? We offer a 1-hour new shooter seminar to introduce you to the world of firearms and help you find training opportunities specific to you. Concealed carry, home defense, firearm safety, AR-15, private one-on-one training, custom training, or maybe you're on a security team looking to protect your church or business. We even offer weekday morning and evening classes. Center Shot Gun Range has you covered. Start your journey at centershotgunrange.com.
Firearms training should be easy. Instructors can focus on teaching and not worry about all the complex paperwork and management behind the scenes. Just pull the trigger and let us do the administrative work. Welcome to shootingclasses.com.
Attention business owners. Are you leaving your website open to security issues and hacking due to a lack of maintenance or overseas outsourcing? Don't let that happen to your business. Choose experienced U.S.-based website developers that can customize your website to fit your specific needs. Appletree MediaWorks has been growing businesses online since 2009. With over 80 years of combined experience, their team conducts constant research and development to keep up with ever-changing online threats. Your website deserves the best protection available. Call Appletree MediaWorks today at 877-977-1364 to keep your website secure and grow your business online. or visit appletree.media.
Avoid danger, save lives, and keep your loved ones safe. If this sounds good to you, you sound good to me. And I'd like to help you do those things. Avoid danger, save lives, and keep your loved ones safe. If you're looking for more excitement in your life, we have nothing to offer you. But if you are a thoughtful, responsible, nonviolent man or woman, we'd love to teach you what to do if something crazy happens. More importantly, we'd like to teach you what not to do. We currently have over 500,000 members. They are doctors and single moms and firemen and grandmothers and veterans and Democrats and Republicans and members of every faith. But the one thing they all have in common is that they know exactly what to do if something crazy happens. When you're with one of our members, you are safe. Our members know how to de-escalate situations. They know how to calm things down. We are the United States Concealed Carry Association. See what we're all about at usconcealedcarry.com.
Discover the little-known backstory of the U.S. Concealed Carry Association at usconcealedcarry.com.
He's old, he's cranky, his back hurts, and he can't remember where he put his car keys. But his mother still loves him. Welcome back to the Home Defense Show with Skip Coryell.
And that was a beautiful and sultry voice of Golden Glenn, the official announcer of the Home Defense Show, and I'm your host, Skip Coryell. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, United States Concealed Carry Association, shootingclasses.com, Appletree Media, and Center Shot Indoor Gun Range for all your training and equipment needs. And now it's time for our weekly self-defense report, sponsored by shootingclasses.com. And today we're speaking with self-defense instructor and retired DEA agent Vann Winn. Vann, thanks for coming back on the Home Defense Show today.
Hey, great to be on here, Skip. Thanks for having me back, man.
Hey, always a pleasure for me. How are things in the beautiful state of Georgia?
Well, it got it blistery cold a few days ago. It got to 31 degrees in December.
31, really?
But today it's back up to our normal mid-50s, so it's pretty rough.
That must be really bad for you.
It is. I can barely wear shorts outside now.
Well, a few days ago, I think it was Sunday, I got up and the thermometer said 1 degree.
Oh, geez.
I know. And this is Fahrenheit, mind you. But it was pretty bad. But hey, you live in Michigan, things like this are going to happen.
Yeah, well, you can always move to Savannah.
Yeah, I could. And on days you could get me to do it. All right. Well, Vann, man, it just seems like everybody and their grandma wants to do a mass shooting these days. So, I thought we'd go ahead and we'd go over some of the things that are in the news. One of the things that just happened recently is, we had a Brown University shooting in Rhode Island, and then we had this big Bondi Beach one down in Australia that was quite serious. But I thought we'd discuss that. First, let me give you, before we get too far, give everyone like a 30-second resume here.
Oh, gosh. Started my career as local law enforcement up in Tennessee. I was a patrol officer. I ended up becoming a detective, homicide detective, SWAT guy. Got recruited by DEA, did 26 years with DEA, retired as a DEA supervisory special agent a few years ago. Started my own business, training company called Reticent Warrior Tactics. Boom.
Reticent Warrior Tactics. You're getting better at that every time I ask you. That's good.
It gets faster, doesn't it? You just start leaving out a bunch of stuff.
That's right. All right. Let's go to Brown University shooting. On December 13, 2025, a mass shooting occurred at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. During the second day of final exam week for the fall semester, a gunman entered the school and killed 2 students and wounded 9 others as they attended a review session. It's the deadliest mass shooting in the history of Rhode Island. The shooter has not yet been identified. About 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Time, a single gunman shot 11 people in the School of Engineering. Most of the shooting was inside the first floor in room 166, where 21-year-old teaching assistant Joseph Adura was leading a review session for the final exam. It was the second day of the school's final exam week for blah, blah, blah. The building was unlocked. It is unknown how the shooter entered the building, but authorities said he moved through a part of the building that had limited surveillance cameras and exited on the Hope Street side. All right, that's the Brown University shooting. Let's start with that one. I guess what's your initial take on this particular shooting?
My first thing always goes to prevention. How could this thing have been prevented? So I'm a little curious as to why Brown didn't have better security measures in place, more cameras in that building. Not the guy's face was covered. He was wearing gloves. He had a hood. I'm not sure. A lot of cameras may have helped, but it would have been nice to be able to get a closer picture of his face because this guy has recognizable gait, the way he walks. I think somebody who knows him, it's like if you knew somebody well, you saw him walking down the street, you probably know him regardless if you could see their face or not. But this guy also was on, to my understanding, was on video several hours before the shooting. So he was definitely casing this place. The five stages of an active killer. The first phase is the fantasy. They start thinking about it. Second phase is planning, and then they start doing the preparation. That's where they're going to get their gun. They're going to do all that. But then the fourth phase, that's the approach, and that's what this guy was doing. I don't know if he was waiting for a specific time because it's unknown if he had a specific target. I'm going to say that he did not. I'm just going to say he was just going to a certain place to kill as many as he could. So his approach stage, and it shows video of him walking back and forth, pacing, even at times running. And he had a sling bag on. He had a sling bag under his right arm. So does that mean the guy's left-handed? Does that mean he's right-handed? I don't know how he was carrying that bag because I really couldn't see that well. And then ultimately the final stage is implementation, which we already know he did that. So I don't know if he was getting his courage up or he was waiting for something. I don't really know. But the lack of evidence, and I guess the police, Rhode Island police targeting the wrong guy initially, which is really easy to do. But I don't know, man. This has been a long time for them not to really have any clues in this. I still think they'll figure it out, but I don't know. It's taken way too long.
Is it conceivable for a federal agency to not be able to track this guy down?
Well, I mean, first of all, I mean, there's so many things we can do to catch this guy. I mean, obviously they've interviewed lots of people. There's lots of video footage from homes and everywhere else. It seems to be the best video footage is coming from like Ring doorbell cameras. It looks like, but you know what's getting pretty serious when the FBI starts offering a reward. They're offering a $50,000 reward. I know they finally got the FBI there. That they collected the shell casings. Hopefully, there's DNA, fingerprints, or something on those shell casings. If this guy's been arrested before, been fingerprinted for anything, maybe something like that will happen. The big thing I think that the feds, DEA in particular, but all the feds are really good at cell phone data. It's a little difficult when you don't know this guy's number, obviously. So, but they can do cell phone dumps of all the towers. And as they go forward in their investigation, all those numbers may mean, there's going to be thousands of numbers in a 2-mile radius, for example. There's going to be thousands of numbers. But as they start zeroing in more on a suspect, then those numbers may start becoming much more useful. And then the other thing would be just the opposite of that. If they do find a suspect and it turns out, that's the first, he's from that area, and this is the first time his phone has been off for 2 hours in 4 years. So that's also a really good indicator of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. So cell
phone data is going to be huge in this case. And maybe he didn't have one, maybe he didn't have it on him. The guy was clearly well prepared, wearing gloves and a face mask. And then, did he go in that building because there's limited cameras, or did he just happen to get lucky? I don't know the answer to that.
I guess I would lean on he planned it and he was prepared, because he certainly seemed to know his way around.
Yes, yeah, I do. I mean, I think it was planned that way, and maybe he knew somebody in that study group and he had a grudge against them. I know the young lady who was killed, I think, was like a Republican leader of a group there, and the young man who was killed was studying. I think his ultimate goal was to be a doctor, be like a brain surgeon or something. So
yeah, I heard that too. I've read conflicting reports about what he yelled when he went in there and started shooting.
I haven't heard that at all.
Okay, I heard that a lot of the students said he yelled something before he started shooting, and several of the students said he yelled Allahu Akbar when he was
Oh,
doing it.
really?
Yeah, um, but that's unconfirmed. Um, I think in an investigation like this, especially when it's a tough investigation, they don't give all the details.
No, nor should they.
Talk about that for a second, because I'm a civilian, and most people are civilians. They don't understand, well, why don't the cops share everything that they have?
Right. Well, guess what? I'm a civilian too now, but
Well, now you are.
35 years I wasn't. So yeah, there are very specific details that most time law enforcement will keep for themselves. That way, when they get I heard earlier that they had received a couple of hundred tips. So just so far, they're going to receive thousands of tips before this is over. So being able to quickly validate a tip and go through it. And if there's 10 really big important facts in this case, and let's say they release 5 of the big ones, including the videos, to the public, there's 5 others or whatever, that no one knows but them. So when somebody calls in with a tip and they start talking about things that hits on those areas, the cops know really quickly, hey, there's some serious validity to this. Not that they're going to check all tips anyway, they have to.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to prioritize things because the clock is ticking on this. The longer they wait, the harder it's going to be to catch him. The more likely evidence is going to be disposed of, the more likely he's going to get rid of the weapons. I mean, there's a lot of things that can, you're going to, every hour and day it goes by, you're losing potential evidence here.
Yeah. How does DNA work? Does DNA evidence, does that degrade over time as well?
It will, but yeah, DNA has come so far. I remember when I was a homicide detective, we had a boot print, a cowboy boot print in a murder scene, and it was in blood. And when we found our suspect back then, we swabbed his boots, and he had just when we got to him, his boots were sitting on his back porch and smelled like bleach, shockingly enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when we swabbed his boots, we did get a little bit of blood. But back then, the entire sample was consumed in just typing the blood to get a blood type.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, DNA, if when they arrest prisoners, we do a cheek swab. So basically, you take a Q-tip, swab their cheek, stick it, and that's all you need. So DNA has come so far, and it takes very little DNA now to identify something.
Yeah.
Is even better than a fingerprint. I mean, it's amazing. But yeah, DNA will last a really long time. But on the same token, if let's say there's DNA on those shell casings, and then it snowed, and then all that, and then people step on them. There's just so many things that can happen that can slightly destroy things. And then if this guy was smart enough to wear gloves, maybe he was smart enough to wear gloves when he loaded his weapon as well.
Mm-hmm. Where do you come down, Vann, on the armed college student controversy as far as for self-defense?
Right. Well, I'm a huge Second Amendment advocate. I think if you're an adult and you're of age, and I don't mean 18, if you're old enough to carry a gun and buy a gun, in a lot of states that's 21. But if you're old enough to own a gun and carry a gun and you're mature, I have no problem with it. I think the problem with college kids, and I can see both sides of this coin, is a lot of college kids go away to have a really good time and get a college degree, and having a really good time drinking and going to frat parties with a gun is a really, really, really bad idea. So going back to what you and I do, training is very key in that right there. I don't know so much about students, but certainly faculty that's willing, they could stop a whole lot of stuff if they were armed. And it sounds like the teacher at Brown University was not killed. So if he had had a firearm, maybe he could have. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if he was even shot or not. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. Well,
to stop this active shooter, it's got to be somebody with a gun, unless somebody's, would switch over to Australia. But if somebody's brave enough to tackle this dude in between reloads or something.
Yeah. Well, let's transition over to the Bondi Beach shooting in Australia then, because I tell you, that was a nasty one, and there's all kinds of things that happened in that one. Let me just read real quick. Okay, in a prologue to the mass shooting, a Russian Jewish couple, a man and a wife, who had noticed an Islamic State flag displayed on the attacker's vehicle while walking along Campbell Parade, attempted to stop them, both of them. The husband seized the elder attacker's gun after the latter exited his car, resulting in a struggle that the wife joined, but the attacker retrieved another gun and shot them both dead. And then a vendor, right, attacked one of these guys, as he's shooting people from behind, wrestled his gun away. But he was still shot. He was shot in the arm several times. He's in the hospital, and last I heard, he might lose his arm. And there were 16 people killed in this and 40 injured. So this one was huge. And I don't know what kind of weapons they were using, but they looked like some pretty serious long guns, especially for in a country where you're not even supposed to be possessing them. Well,
Right.
what's your take
I
on this?
hear that the father had 6 legal firearms. So
Yeah.
he done had neither one of these guys had any criminal record. So the father had done the, proper things to get those weapons. And you're right, they were long guns. I did see some video of them while they were shooting, and there was like a bolt action. They would shoot, cycle it, shoot again, cycle it. But again, you're talking about guys with long guns, and then when the police finally did show up, it was just with pistols. So, but yeah, the guy, the vendor, I also heard obviously this was a ISIS. This was ISIS inspired attack. Well, these guys were lone wolves. I kind of doubt it. If they went to the Philippines and it's highly likely these guys met with other ISIS people. They may have been doing this on their own, but I guarantee you they were not dissuaded from doing it, because their whole thing, that radical Islam is to, attack and kill the Jews. And these two, father-son team, clearly that they were very targeted in what they did, and they waited, for this occasion because they knew that beach was going to be filled with Jewish people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, a bolt action rifle, that's a serious gun. I mean, you take down big game with something like that. But they were there, unfettered for 10 minutes before.
I heard it lasted almost 30 minutes before it was finally over.
Wow.
That is a long time. After, it's including the time the police were engaging them.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the police were able to kill one and wound the other. I think they killed the father and wounded the son. But as you said, I want to go back to the vendor who tackled the guy and took the gun away. He was ultimately shot and seriously injured. But that's the kind of bravery. There's no telling how many people that guy saved by doing that. Because once he did that, he was then shot, I think, by the son, who then turned his rifle on him. So instead of shooting all these other people, he started shooting at this guy.
Yeah.
So, not only did he save people by, being really brave and attacking the guy and taking the gun away from the father, he also saved more people because now the son started engaging him, trying to help his father. So that just gives, more seconds or moments or whatever for more people to get further and further away from this guy.
Well, and, the irony of this thing, of this food vendor is he was a Muslim.
Correct. Yes. I saw the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, that is just, I don't know, you want to call it ironic or whatever. But, I know that, not all Muslims are radicalized Islamist. If they were, we'd be in a real world of hurt, because there are a lot of Muslims
absolutely
out there.
And so it's good to see. I'm glad that happened, and it's good to see that there are people who have different faiths who don't believe the only way to have that faith is to kill everyone who doesn't believe what you believe.
Yeah. We'd be in big trouble if that was the case. But, it's not, I mean, Christians aren't that way. I mean, are there some bad Christians? Yeah, there's some bad Christians. There's some bad, Jews. There's bad, Muslims. You can't judge by, universally by the group. But by the same token, there are a lot of radical Islamists um, out there. I mean, you don't. When's the last time you heard about a Buddhist going on a shooting rampage? It-
Well, and that's part of their caliphate. If you get into the Quran, I mean, it actually calls for stuff like that. So I don't, I'm no expert on the Islamic religion, but they're it's kind of like a lot of things. There's many Christians that are, as we would say, saved and nothing more. They're going to slide into heaven with their pants on fire.
Mhm.
So I think uh, the Islamic faith is the same way. I think there's people who take literally word for word, the Quran, and when it says, infidels must be killed, then that's what they do. And I think there's others that go, hey, I'm not sure that's really exactly how that should be taken, taken literally like that. So
Yeah.
I think it's a wide variety there. But I do want to discuss one thing back on Australia, and that is gun control.
Hmm.
What happened in Australia? And I think it was early mid 90s. Australia had a shooting, had a mass shooting, and they decided to pass gun control, and they did. So basically, no one can have a gun. It's very very difficult to get a gun in Australia, and if you do get a gun, it's going to be like a hunting rifle to go hunting or something. So everyday carry, concealed carry, that doesn't exist over there.
Yeah.
How many? How soon could this thing have been stopped had multiple people there had firearms with them?
Yeah. Well, we see that all the time in America. A lot of times mass shootings are stopped, by or mass knife attacks now by, legally armed citizens. We had two this past fall right here in Michigan, in my home state. You know, a mass knifing that occurred was stopped by a CPL holder, and then a church in my state also as well. It's really not unusual for that to happen. But you were talking about the mass shooting back in the 90s in Australia. That was the Port Arthur one in Tasmania.
I think there's 30 something people killed, isn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah, that was a really big one. 1996 Port Arthur massacre, and they just went totally the other way. I mean, they don't have a Second Amendment. I think most Americans don't realize that America is a special place in that we have a Constitution and a Bill of Rights, and our rights are enshrined, and they can't be taken away. They can only be given away. And Australia gave their rights up, and now that just might be part of the price.
Oh, absolutely it is. And yeah, and there's a price for us too. There's a price for the Second Amendment because we have these crazy people who do these things
Yeah.
and mass shootings. But again, it's not a gun problem. I really do not believe it's a gun problem. It is a mental health problem. It is a criminal problem. There's a lot of things to it. There's like, there's how many people are killed each year in a car wreck. We don't ban cars.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of
Sure.
people are killed and critically injured and maimed in car wrecks, but you never hear us calling to ban cars. And people do really stupid stuff in cars.
Oh yeah.
They use cars as weapons. We're seeing them now where they're driving cars into parades and other things like
Yep.
that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's a mental health problem, and it is just to be quite honest, it's a lack of God in your life when
I
you.
agree. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're exactly right. It's like we turned away from God.
Yeah.
And when you turn away from God, you're turning away from morality. You're saying, well, without God, there's no purpose to life. And if there's no purpose to life, then why can't you go out and kill people or be angry or steal or rob, kill, plunder, rape? You can do all those things because you're never going to answer for that, especially with our broken down criminal justice system.
Yeah, I mean, if you believe that, there's nothing stopping you. But I don't think people really understand where the morals and ethics we get from the Bible and how that affected the laws that we have in this country, including the freedoms that we have in this
Yeah.
country as well.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I guess one of my, you're saying the Second Amendment is a two-edged sword, and I agree wholeheartedly. But I prefer the freedom to be able to protect and defend my own family because one of my worst nightmares is getting in a situation where I'm helpless to protect and defend the people that I love. And with the Second Amendment, I have the freedom to do that. At least I have a fighting chance.
Right. Well, right. Yeah. And I've taught martial arts most of my life. I have a martial arts school now where I'm teaching Krav Maga and combatives and stuff. But, at some point, and it's coming faster than I want to admit, but at some point, I'm not going to be good enough or fast enough or strong enough to defend myself physically.
Yeah.
And so the great equalizer, the firearm, is really the only thing that would be left if somebody broke into my house. And if it comes to the point where I'm older, especially like my wife who's handicapped, there's no way she can defend herself physically. So a gun is the only option she has.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Same with my wife.
They say, well, I could never do that. I don't. So what would you do if somebody broke in? Well, I just hope that never happens. Like, well, hope is not a strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Hope is not a strategy.
All right. Well, hey, Vann, this is all good stuff. Lots of things to think about here. Good analysis. One more time, tell people how they can find out more about you.
Absolutely. They can find me online at our website, Facebook, Instagram. Website is reticentwarriortactics.com.
All right. Awesome. Vann, thank you very much for being on the Home Defense Show today.
For having me, Skip. It was fun. I enjoyed it, even though it was a very heavy topic here this time of year. Have a Merry Christmas.
All right. You too. All right, folks, that about wraps it up for this week's show. I've had a good time, and I hope you have too. Please don't forget to thank our sponsors, Center Shot Indoor Gun Range at centershotgunrange.com, shootingclasses.com to help you find the right trainer for your needs, Apple Tree Media for website security, and the United States Concealed Carry Association. For all your self-defense needs, go to uscca.com. All right, folks, I've written 20-plus books. They're all available on Amazon.com in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This week, check out my self-defense thriller, Bond of Unseen Blood. I think you'll like it. And also check out the Home Defense Show videos on Rumble.com. And if you want training from me in person, then check out Midwest Tactical Training at shootingclasses.com. Please join us again next week for all your home defense needs. In the meantime, God bless and stay safe.
Thank you for joining us this week on the Home Defense Show. Now, get out there and protect the ones you love. We'll see you next week with more of the best.
Bye-bye, boys! Have fun storming the castle!